let's dispense with formalities. You all know who I am. And for those that don't, this is Man of Science. I received a message recently. June 27th, 2007, 10:57 a.m. Pacific Standard Time from Fighter 7000. And here is his question. A question. I have a question to the Man of Science. Of course you do, Fighter. I would like to turn myself into anti-material, antimatter. Is that possible? Well, Fighter, as far as the laws of science, there is nothing that we know that prevents this. But it is highly unlikely that this is going to be practically possible. First off, we have produced only a small quantity of antimatter from energy and matter to date. To produce a quantity of matter equivalent to your mass, which I estimate to be about 70 kilograms, would require an international project, decades to fulfill, at a cost of trillions upon trillions upon trillions upon trillions of dollars. It would bankrupt the economies of all the nations in the world, resulting in famine, starvation, disease, pestilence, and prostitution would increase probably. I don't know. But this would certainly be part of the problem. A larger problem, of course, would be that even if we could create a sufficient mass to make you, it wouldn't be you, because your atoms and molecules are bonded together in a special way that makes you unique, Fighter 7000. And you wouldn't be unique because the matter that would be converted and the energy that would be converted into antimatter would be simply subatomic particles, a few antiprotons, antineutrons, positrons, and perhaps molecular hydrogen. And that's hardly going to be a life. Speaking of a life, you should think about the following. If you were to turn into antimatter, you would have to have anti-air to breathe, and anti-food to eat. And you wouldn't be able to touch anything composed of matter. Fighter, I want you to think about this long and hard. You wouldn't be able to touch any matter. Of course, there is one small consolation. You would be able to touch yourself. That might be necessary. Now, I'd like to also present another issue, and that has to do with this equation that you see right here. Einstein's famous E equals mc squared, which originally was, in his paper, E divided by c squared is equal to m. But that didn't look very good on a t-shirt, so they changed that. Now, if we were to take your mass, which I approximate as about 70 kilograms, and we were to multiply that by the speed of light squared, doing a little bit of easy math right over here, where we squared this number here, we would get 630 times 10 to the 6th joules. Now, how much energy is this? Well, here's the energy right over here of a massive hydrogen bomb. The kind that Edward Teller always wanted to build. And if we divide this energy here, which would be your energy, if you touched matter, and you almost certainly would, you would just be dying to. And that's what would result. Yep, this would be the equivalent for all you scientific Illuminati. Man of Science admits it. He screwed up, but he only does first takes. So
going off.
I should have doubled the mass.
Would be a big bang.
Because antimatter
now,
plus matter.
You might recognize
so instead of
this place.
63 H-bomb explosions,
take a look
it should have been
at what might happen if 63 massive H-bombs were to go off right here. It looks about right. Not a pleasant picture, is it? That's better. So, fighter, here's what I'd like to recommend. Get some of this stuff over here. This is the antimatter aluminum foil here. You see, it's written backwards, and look, there's a cool aluminum mousse. And you see over here, this is sealed, you see? Yep, Man of Science just does first takes. Get that aluminum foil and open it up. This is the kind of shit I learned from Gisborne. He's good. So I got this foil now, yeah, like this. And what you do is, you just take a big sheet of this foil, and you start wrapping yourself up with it, like this. You just wrap yourself up, wrap your whole body up with aluminum foil. You're going to look cool. And then what you do is, if anyone says, "What the fuck's the matter with you?" you say, "Don't touch me! I'm made of antimatter!" Man of Science. Out.